Hey guys, so today we're checking out the yellow hive. It's currently a couple of days before the spring season starts. So we Demaree'd this hive 2 weeks ago, so therefore put the brood box above a queen excluder and the queen on a single frame underneath the queen excluder in a brand new box. So today we're going to be checking for queen cells and ensure the queen is still laying in the bottom box. I've got a few hives to go through today, so gloves on and into the hive. We've got some insulation in the top of this hive. It keeps the girls off the top of the frames, out of the lid, and also keeps the frames a little bit cleaner and easier to work with. There's plenty of bees in this upper box, as this was originally a single brood chamber, overwintered. This is the original centre frame from the brood box. You can see that it's mostly hatched out brood, but there is the last of the capped cells still there. The girls will clean these out over the coming weeks, ready for honey. Having a closer look, we can actually see that they've already started storing nectar in the bottom of those cells. This next frame must have been one of the last frames that the queen laid in, as it's got pretty light cappings on the brood cells and also a good pattern still. We've been quite lucky over the last couple of seasons to have quite mild winters, so the girls have actually been collecting nectar over the winter and putting it into these frames. That's also the benefit of the Demaree'd. You're taking most of the honey from the brood nest and putting it above an excluder, so therefore giving them a fair bit of a boost as they enter spring and plenty of room to lay. It also stops the swarming instinct, as it gives the queen brand new frames and a fresh brood nest downstairs to start her spring laying patterns. You'll see this once we enter the brood nest. This frame's one from the edge of the old brood nest, so it's got plenty of pollen in it and good honey stores as well. I imagine they'll finish this off over the next coming weeks and clear out these cells in preparation for the honey flow. So I'll pop this top box back together, we'll pop it on the lid on the ground and have a look at the bottom box. There is a queen excluder, but it actually came off with the top box, so it's now on the lid. I've got a couple of black foundation frames on the outside of this brood nest. I've been trying them out over the last couple of seasons, but I've really had no success. I've been pre-waxing them, but the bees just refuse to actually build out any comb. I think I'm probably going to give them the flick this year. It's been about 3 weeks since I Demaree'd this hive, so the outside frames on this brood nest are relatively light. There's a little bit of comb build up in this next frame, but the queen has only just started in the last few days to lay out these frames. This frame is the original frame out of the bottom brood box, so it's got good structure, a little bit of honey up the top, and the queen has continued to lay out this frame. Giving this colony an empty brood nest to lay in has really been beneficial. This queen's laid this frame out in the last couple of weeks. Prior to doing the Demaree'd, the queen's laying pattern was rather average, and I was considering replacing her, but as you can see, that's a really good pattern. This frame's got a few stores in it, some pollen and a little bit of nectar, and some eggs in the bottom left-hand side. So I think all in all, this has been a little bit of a slow build-up in the last couple of weeks for this hive. I would have expected to see perhaps 3 or 4 frames of eggs and brood in this bottom box. She is heading in the right direction, but it's one to watch in the coming weeks to see exactly how much it does actually increase in size. The bee numbers are good, so there's plenty of warmth there, plenty of food coming in, and as you can see from the front entrance, they're busy. So we'll pop this box back together. I'll put those black frames on the outside again. I'll consider changing them out in the next weeks to wax foundation, as for me that seems to work a lot better. I'll smoke the bees off the top of the frames, pop the queen excluder back on, and back on with the top box. If you want to know more about the position of our hives in our bee yard, you can check out our intro video, which explains it all. Thanks for watching.